All right, so we're getting ready to load up. I have this link system suitcase hooked up. This is the one. Now you're not going to be able to see from this side, and that's okay, you don't need to. But there's a zipper right there. There's a rain cover for this in there. Now what I did is I put the zipper to the back so I can load and unload from the back. And also what that does, that puts the zipper facing the rear so that you don't have water slapping into that zipper your entire trip. So you can see you've got high visibility right here. You got a little shaving kit. So first thing I'm going to put in here, because it's supposed to rain today, as in 80% chance of rain on my trip. That's definitely going. Shaving kit, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a little shaving kit that I'm just going to toss in there. It's going to occupy less space than that. So now I've got my rain gear, and that's all I need for that so far. So let's see how much this will hold. Now there are going to be many who are going to say, Coach Bob, I need to carry a lot more stuff than that when I tour. I'm going to tell you, this is what I carry when I tour on the Spyder, because all I carry, everything I carry for my personal stuff is in the front of the Spyder. So I carry one pair of socks. I carry the pair that I've got on my feet, and I carry an extra pair. That is it. I wear my riding boots, and I carry a pair of Birkenstocks. I always carry these. This is what I wear when I'm off the Spyder. If it's 20 degrees and raining, I wear Birkenstocks. If it's 120 degrees, I wear Birkenstocks. When I'm not on a bike, that's what I wear. Anyway, all right, I carry 3 to 5 pairs of drawers, and we'll shove those or roll them up real tight, and we'll shove those right there. That's that. Again, whether it's going to be a freezing cold trip or a burning hot trip, I carry a pair of shorts. Yes, a pair of shorts. Not 2 pairs of shorts. I carry 1 pair of shorts. That's what I wear all the time. I may wear a jacket when I go out in the daytime, but that's what I wear. And anybody who doesn't believe me, look at the main trip when I'm walking down to the restaurant in 25 degree weather. I'm wearing short pants and my rain jacket. And then additionally, I carry 3 to 5 t-shirts, and that's it. That's what I carry when I tour. Now, I'll have to put my shaving kit in here, but it'll fit there with ample space to spare. This is more room, honestly, for what I carry to tour than on the Spyder. The only thing that I would say that this lacks at all is the toolkit. My toolkit I carry under my baggage. Now, could I fit a toolkit in here? I could, but I really don't like the idea of having it pressed against my clothes. Also, another thing I'll be doing is putting my computer right here on top, laying it on the cushion of the clothes. I normally carry my computer in the back bag of the Spyder, but it will fit here just fine. The big thing I have to remember is, because this is a semi-hard lid, is it will compress, so I don't want to be throwing things on top of that, damaging my MacBook, because that would be an expensive mistake. Now, if this were mine and I were going to tour on it, I would come up with a way to, I would get a bag or something, and in this, between this rail on the max mount and here, I would mount a little tool bag. That's the only different thing that I would do. And on this side over here, I would mount a battery jump pack. That would be easily enough done, and it could be done with just a little strapping system and basic bags you could get at like REI. The Ryker Rally is really an easy machine to tour with if you're one-up touring. Would I say two-up touring would be something you'd want to do on a Ryker? I wouldn't want to do it. It would be too confined. I don't think you'd have enough storage, not for 2 people. But for 1 person, as far as storage, it's more than adequate. All right, so I'm packed up. If it looks dark outside, that's because it's early. I've got to go to the chiropractor yet. Old man stuff. So let me close this thing up, and the only thing I've got left to put in here is my shaving kit and my computer. The zippers on these things I really, really like. They zip up nice. Like, again, they've got the seam seal tape and all that stuff. I really do like the link system. I'm just going to tell you, I'm very impressed with the link system. Now, I'm curious how my old body's going to hold up today on this tour, because I haven't toured without a windshield in an awfully long time. I got to have my earplugs. I'm getting those next. If you tour without a windshield, you definitely want a quality set of earplugs. Now, I had these made a long time ago. They're custom made for the old ear canal, all right? And they're on a string. That's what I'm going to be wearing today. I don't like wearing this particular pair on the Spyder because they do impede my ability to hear Coach Vic communicate with me. I can hear my surroundings okay. Conversationally, it cuts out a lot of that high frequency noise. But on this today, I'm going to be alone, and it's going to be noisy, I know, inside the helmet. So these are going to definitely be a must. All right, I thought you might want to see the final packing. So here it is. Here's my shaving kit. It slips right there. And this is my MacBook Pro. I recently picked up a MacBook Pro, spent way more than I wanted to spend. But when I'm editing on the road, this is the bomb. I mean, it's got a terabyte and it's fast. So anyway, got that, my mouse. For vloggers, if you're carrying a MacBook Pro, something expensive, you can get these at like a kayaking store. This is made by a company called Sea Line. This is a sea bag, 10 liter. This is made for kayaking. I used to be a pretty serious sea kayaker years ago. I know. I've done a lot of stupid stuff. But anyway, if this will keep things dry in the ocean when you capsize, it should keep things dry when it rains. This thing is super awesome. Very heavy duty, very, very thick, heavy bottom, heavy clips at the top. It's a roll and then a lock top like that. It just clips. And I'm going to tell you, this thing is the bomb. So I've got plenty of room. I actually have more room. I could put things in the top here and in here and still have tons of room. So there it is. Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we are touring on the Riker Rally. So how far am I going to go today? Well, the goal is somewhere around that 400 mark. I got a little bit of a late start today, but you know, that's kind of the way it goes every now and then. I always preach to lose an hour in the morning, you'll be looking for it all day. I have a deadline for lunch. I'm supposed to meet in Glenville, Georgia to take my sister to lunch, which is 200 miles away. I wanted to be there by noon. Looks like I'm not going to be there till 12:30, but not a problem. I was running late. You ever do that? You get everything all prepared. You think you're all set to go, and with me, I'm looking for all these little weird cables to transfer files onto my computer, and I could not find the one that I always use, and so I was running around the house like a freak for 20 minutes looking for it. Oh well, you know. But that's that thing, you know, if you're not doing that sort of nonsense like I do, you don't have to worry about that. I guess it's not nonsense though, because if I didn't do it, you wouldn't have this to watch. All right. Well, before we get going, if you would give the video a thumbs up and all that jazz, you know I would greatly appreciate it. So I've only been roughly 20 miles. Super easy so far, obviously. It's not that hot yet. I am wearing a jersey today, as you can tell. I've got on my BohnArmor armor, the Air Tex under its little zipper type thing. I've done a review on that. I'll leave a link like right up here for it, you know, something like that, so you can see what I'm wearing under this. It's nice and comfortable, nice and cool, moves with me and all that jazz. So the goal today is to head up into South Georgia. We're gonna, like I said, eventually transition into Middle Georgia, but the goal today is to head up into South Georgia, and then once we get into South Georgia, we're gonna hit some country roads up there. And then on the way back, if my phone doesn't die, I'm going to pick my way over to I-75 and take I-75, say, from Tifton into Valdosta, and see where we are on mileage by the time I get to there. That's the plan. It said there was an 80% chance of thunderstorms along my route today. Am I going to get wet? I don't know. Time will tell. Right now, man, I'm looking at beautiful blue skies, but we know how that goes. 200 miles down the road, it can look like poop when it looks great. So always be prepared. Have your rain gear with you. Make sure you're ready to get wet, right? But enjoy some of this beautiful scenery as we make our way northeast towards Georgia, out of the lovely Monticello, Florida at this point, in beautiful Jefferson County. Well, we are moving right along. Just got off County Road 146. Beautiful ride through there. Just awesome. One of the things I've noticed on this, now I don't have it on the plushest setting, but I do have it on one of the more plush settings. I'm on number 2. For those who are questioning the dampening, I've dialed back to number 2. I won't say that it's a harsh suspension. I think that would be unfair.
but it is a stiff suspension compared to a touring motorcycle. The Can-Am Spyder RT, which is the Roadster Tour, the touring model, it's a lot more plush feeling when you're riding than this is. But that is a very, very rough road. That's the reason I took that road. So I tried to get as much of a variety of roads as I possibly can. So that was a very tight 2-lane road that was super rough, and it did fine, not a problem. Now this is a wider 2-lane state road, and it's nice and smooth. This road's really, really nice. Has a small crown, but not a crazy one. And then once I cross the state line and get through Quitman, Georgia, I'll be on a divided highway. It's a 4-lane. It's Highway 84, but it is rough as a cob. So look forward to seeing what it's going to do on Highway 84. And then when we get into Lowndes County and head up, I think we're going through Homerville today. I won't know until I get a little closer because I'm navigating off of the Apple Watch today. It's got me doing all kinds of weird things. We'll see. But I have my phone in the back bag. I don't want it up here in the way of anything. And I'm just cruising right along. So you just saw the sign. We just crossed over into Georgia. So welcome to Georgia, y'all. Get you a peach. Get you a bag of boiled peanuts. And kick your feet up. It's going to be a beautiful day. But we'll be fueling up here in just a little while. Like I said, about every 100 miles. The goal is 400 today. If I get a little more than that, a little less, no big deal. The wind, I'll talk about the wind when we get a little bit further in. I want to see if any of the wind accumulates on my chest as far as fatigue is concerned. I do have my earplugs in, so no noise problems there. But if I can tell you, if I didn't have them in, it would be a problem. It'd be noisy, let me tell you. All right. Let's cruise on up in through Quitman, Georgia, Brooks County into Lowndes County and see what's going on. Oh, check it out. Somebody getting a new house. Let's see it. We'll go by it. We'll wave to them. Wide load right there, buddy. That's sticking out all over the place. Check it out, boy. That's a big old shed. Anyone who ever questions riding, it doesn't get any more beautiful than this beautiful South Georgia countryside. Look at that. That is pretty as a picture. Land spreading out so far and wide. Hey, you can keep Manhattan. Just give me that countryside. You can tell me where that comes from down below in the comments. All right, let's roll on, baby. We are in beautiful Quitman, Georgia now. This is 84. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of trucks, farm trucks. You know, they carry everything from kerosene to milk, you know. A lot of log trucks coming through here. So this road gets pretty rough. It may not look too bad right here in town, but I can tell you that when you get even on the east side of town, as we start crossing railroad tracks and things, it gets pretty rough over here. So, but this is the beautiful Quitman, Georgia, the county seat of Brooks County. We love coming over here. It's a nice little town. We come over here and eat some food every now and then, just make a quick little day trip. Less than an hour from the house, you know. You can see typical road work ahead. always. So this, I'm just going to cruise right over these tracks. Not too terrible, not bad at all. We're going to grab Highway 84. We'll talk about how rough that road is when we do the gas stop somewhere on the other side of Lowndes County. All right, so I'm crossing bridges and on 84, it's a little bit rough. They have the signs, you know, that say, you know, motorcycle, beware, because you'll get tossed off your motorcycle on this road. It gets pretty nasty. But the Riker's eating it up pretty well. Again, it's not as soft as an RT would be, but it's doing a good job. Miles into the trip, easy peasy so far. Things are clouding up, cooling off. So what did I do on gas for that 100 miles? 3 gallons, basically. 33 miles per gallon, roughly what I'm looking at. On the fuel gauge, it was only 2 bars from full, although it showed me 60 miles to empty. So that's where it was, that's what it showed. Next stop is going to be up towards Glenville, Georgia, where I'm going to have lunch with my sister. But the trip so far has been really good. We'll break it down into sections after the trip where we talk about the suspension, the body geometry, fuel mileage, heat, vibration, all that. We're going to break it all down. Anyway, let's enjoy the ride to Glenville, Georgia so we can have a wonderful lunch.
So I'll turn this camera on so you can see what I see. This is an old train depot. They've converted into a, I don't know if it's a post office or a business or what it is, but it's pretty cool. Check out this church up here, man. This thing is pretty as a picture. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, I love this kind of stuff. Will you look at that? That is just beautiful. I don't know what this cat's doing. Oh, it's a red light. Yeah, I know what you're doing now. You're sitting at the red light there, brother. All right. All right, we're going to hop right back on 84 here and continue. But there's that little train depot. Isn't that pretty? That is just so cool. Like a little city pavilion. Nice.
Haha. And off we go. I'm running my camera right now. I'm going to try to catch this Camaro. This dude, man, is awesome. You got to see this car. Even if I have to run past my red light. Look at this car. Wow, look at that. That is crazy cool, huh? Wow. All right, this is my road. Let's see if we can get by this guy. Very cool, man. That's awesome. That looks great. Was that the most awesome car you've seen in a while? I'm telling you, man, that thing was a beast. All right, so no, I'll give you a clean up there. All right, so no tour would be complete without a little bit of rain. I'm coming out of the backside of it. It really wasn't that bad, but it was a little bit. Seems like it's getting better and getting worse and getting better and getting worse kind of thing all day. No worse for the wearer, but it is different, of course. Anytime you ride on a motorcycle that without a windshield, you're gonna experience a little more battering from the rain, but it hasn't been bad. I've got my rain gear in the back if I need it. So far, I'm just, you know, it's just enough to wet me a little bit and then dry and then wet and then dry, that sort of thing. But it has been a beautiful ride. The Riker's doing very, very well. Wow. Look at that, man. That is just beautiful. I'm going to tell you, you know, I'm coming up on my 200-mile mark here very soon, and the back 200 of this is going to be hard-pressed to be this wonderful. I've been scooting in and out of rain all afternoon, but it has been just a glorious ride. You can see the skies are threatening. The bottom could fall out, but that'll be okay. But man, what a ride. I haven't felt this good. I couldn't tell you when. Just to get out for hours like this, it's just so wonderful. This is just awesome. All right, so I told my sister I was taking her to a restaurant called the Farmhouse. Never been here before, but apparently, unless I've taken a zig when I should have zagged or zagged when I should have zigged, it's on a dirt road. I guess I'm glad I'm on the rally, huh? Do a little rallying. Even if I am on the wrong road, at least I get to play, huh? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this ain't right. That's for sure. All right, let me put the parking brake on, grab my phone. Tell you what, man, this bag, I love this thing. Yep, that was weird. Okay, all right. So it's 10 feet away. Oh my goodness. We know it ain't 10 feet away because I'd see that. Well, it says Folsom Farms. Oh, okay, it does say farmhouse on the end of it. All right, here we go. I guess I'll park right here where this fellow was. All right, so I'm here at the beautiful Folsom Farms Country Store and Restaurant.
This is my sister.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it was a beautiful ride in and out of the rain. Just fun, fun, fun. And life is good. So I'm gonna go in here and eat some grub. Who knows? You might even get to see what we eat. Maybe, maybe not.
I don't know anything about this place.
That's okay. Whatever it is, it'll be. This looks really cool, man. This is very cool. Who knows? I may have to buy something. Don't fall down.
Already.
If you fall down, everybody's gonna laugh.
I know.
I'll get you some cucumber melting soap right there.
Hey,
Hi, how you doing?
Yes.
Make yourself at home. Seat yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
meant to bring my roll over.
There's a place to sit.
Where do you want to sit?
You tell me. A little round table look okay? What do you not want? This? I'll take that. Ooh, ah. Yeah, look at that right there. Got a little egg right there.
Get you a couple little pieces. That's plenty.
Don't mind if I
please.
do.
Get you another one.
Oh, okay. Don't mind.
There's plenty here. Want some
I don't
more?
mind eating. I don't mind eating. All right. Well, we just finished up the second 100 miles just right after my lunch break there with my sister. Now we've got about a 125-mile stretch. We're going to head across to the interstate. And once that's done, then it's the interstate south. And then we'll see if where my mileage is. I'll either spend the night in Valdosta or I will head on back to Tallahassee if I need more miles. Anyway, the gas this time at 100 miles was 3.2 gallons, so pretty similar to where we were before. We got everything all buttoned up, and here we go. It was so great to have lunch with my sister. She's so awesome. You know, she's had a lot of health conditions, as you know, from the channel. She had an ablation done on her heart a week and a half ago, and they keep finding little things that make her nervous. It's real scary, you know, and she's had a lot of health, nervous system and balance problems. You hear me talk about my genetic predisposition for those things and the pain that I'm in. She's had to succumb to it. It's very, very hard for her. Every time I see her struggle walking, I just wish it could be easier for her. So keep my sister in your prayers. It was a great, great lunch, man. It was just awesome. All right. So now we're going to head across the state, across the middle of the state, over towards I-75, so that we can grab a little interstate. So we want the full experience. I mean, we've hit rough road, rough 2-lane, rough 4-lane, smooth 2-lane, smooth 4-lane. Tons of beautiful, beautiful area. It's just a wonderful, wonderful ride. So let's do this thing. Enjoy the ride. All right, well, just got out of a heavy, close this up, just got out of a heavy rain and also some severe wind. The Riker handled it well. I'm not going to say the rain's pleasant without a windshield, but that's not the Riker's fault. That's just the very nature of riding without a windshield. So riding without the windshield in pouring rain is not fun, I'll tell you that. It wasn't long. It was like maybe 2 or 3 miles. So, I mean, I'm wet and cold right now, but it doesn't look like it's heavy further down the road. If it gets heavy again, I'll stop and put on my rain gear. The old saying, you put on your rain gear, it stops raining. It looks like it's starting to pick up again. So I very well may have to swing over to the side of the road and throw on some rain gear here in a second. We'll just see what it does, though. I'm not going to freak out about it yet. I looked over, it was funny, there was a road off to my left, and I looked down that road, man, it was just a torrential downpour down in that direction. So if it's coming this way, I'm going to get wet. I'm going to get real wet. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not looking great, though. I keep thinking it's going to clear up, but I'll see a break and then it'll start, and I'll see a break and it'll start. It looks pretty nasty. I'm going to have to stop, and also I'm going to have to put these cameras away because they've got the media mod case on them, which means that, you know, I'm going to see if I can get under this awning here. Hopefully it won't pick up anything in my tires. This place looks closed up, though.
Get up under here and I'll put on some rain gear. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, just like that, just like that. All right. Okay, so time to change out cameras and put on some rain gear. All right, well, I am in Hawkinsville, Georgia. And if you know where Hawkinsville is, you're better than me. The old phone died a little while ago, and I'm okay with that. So what I've been doing, you might find this interesting, is all I've been doing is I'll take this. I know where the interstate is. I know it's west of me. So as long as I'm heading west at all, I don't care if it's 220 degrees or 340 degrees. I don't care. I'm just gonna pick my way west and find the interstate. Go west, young man. You know, when you're out cruising sometimes and your phone dies and it's in a front pocket or a suitcase or whatever, and you're not running it on a battery, and I haven't been because I'm not in a big hurry and I don't want to look at a map all day. I just do this. I take my watch, I press that little button right there, and it tells me I'm going 209 degrees. And that's fine. That's good enough. That's all I need to know. We're going to Montezuma, y'all. Montezuma. Never been to Montezuma, Georgia. But today, I'm going to Montezuma. And earlier, I had never been to Hawkinsville. But now, I've been through Hawkinsville. Look at that. Kind of crazy, huh? All these towns are so beautiful. I've been wet a lot today. I'd say probably 40% of the ride has been in the rain, but no worse for the wear. I'm kind of drying out now. It's nice and cool. It's been actually a little bit on the brisk side, being wet with no sunshine. Who knows? I might find a city up here that Coach Vic and I want to retire in. Man, it is just beautiful up here. This is that part of the state that everyone forgets is there. But I'm just going to keep picking my way on over, and we'll holler when I get on the interstate. Woo! All right, let's light up that interstate. All right. Well, I'm 112 miles from Valdosta. That'll give me about 450 miles for the day. That's going to be sweet. I did forget to put my earplugs in, so I'm going to be pulling off at the next exit to do that. But it's going to be a good ride. I think I can put these sunglasses away. It's getting a little dark. In fact, you can see that the cloud wall I'm looking at doesn't look too tasty. Into a big mess here in the next few miles, but we're almost there. How you doing, man?
What's going on? How fast are you running?
The fastest I've had it, so it'll do better than that, but that's all I do. Had a nice little conversation here with the young man. That's a nice looking dog he's got over there, I'll tell you that. Let's get this last little bit. I think we're going to end up, I'm thinking 430 is what it's going to be. It could be a little more than that, a little less, but I think that's where we're going to be. If I was just a prediction here, let's see where we are right now. We are at 398.8. We got a little ways to go yet. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, we may take a big shot of rain here. But we've already done that somewhat, so a little more rain won't hurt us. All right, we're gonna hop on 75, and I'll have a quarter of the ride at least on 75, which gives me a good idea of what it's like to travel, on the interstate. But we'll talk about all those findings here real soon, so we'll be home before you know it, though. Gotta put the key on. Won't crank without the key on it. Here we go. All right, so the official mileage for the trip, 432.6 miles. Let's go talk about it.
All right, well, it's a little after 12:30 at night, or in the AM, I guess, actually. And, you know, if you were to ask me how was it to ride 432.6 miles on the Ryker, I'd be lying if I said it was hard. It really wasn't hard. It's not a Spyder RT, it isn't, but it's not designed to be. Could I do 500 miles on that machine every day, day in and day out like I do on the Spyder? I could. If I had a windshield on it, it would actually be quite easy. So today it started out beautiful, and then it started raining, and then it got a little chilly, and then it got super hot. It was one of those days, it was all over the place. I really enjoyed it, and I think today was the perfect day. I couldn't have orchestrated it any better, you know, to be able to give you all of these different things in a one-day tour on something. It was like it was meant to be. It was great to give you all of the entire experience. So the first thing, let's talk about the suspension. The suspension, I had it on number 2. It was plush, but not plush like Spyder RT plush. It's a stiff suspension, very forgiving suspension. So the suspension did very well on all surfaces. I had a lot of crazy roads today, a lot of rough roads. A lot of potholes, railroad tracks, that sort of stuff. The suspension ate it up very, very well. So number 2, geometry. You know, with me riding, I'm a big guy, 6'2". Did I ever feel cramped? No, I did not. People always talk, oh, you know, I can't stretch my legs out, I can't stretch my arms out. I don't expect it to be a lazy boy. I'm riding a motorcycle. Geometrically, I was quite comfortable, never had any cramps, never had any issues, never had any problems. And I was on the bike a long time because I stopped for lunch, and every time I would stop anywhere, quite honestly, smaller South Georgia towns, people were taking selfies with the Riker today. They've never seen them. A lot of these rural towns, they've never seen one of these things, never even heard of it. I was in a Dollar General in a town, I believe it was called McRae, and it literally drew a crowd around it. People were waving and taking pictures. It was like a big event. So the fact that I was on the bike for a long time in a lot of different weather, and it didn't bother me and I didn't cramp, I would say that if you're over 6 feet tall, you can ride this machine quite easily for extended periods of time. Your fitness level will also play a part in that. Just be aware of that. But that's true with anything. So mileage, I'm gonna tell you, I get better gas mileage on my Spyder than I did on the Riker today. Now, I was doing 75 to 80 on the interstate, and I was doing 60 to 70 on the state roads. So I was averaging that 30 to 32, and I do a little bit better than that on the Spyder. Also with the gas mileage, because the tank is smaller and the fuel gauge is odd on the Riker, we'll just say that. When I do my final closeout where I talk about my likes and dislikes, we'll talk about that in much greater detail. However, due to the fact that I don't really trust it and how far it'll go because I don't understand all of it yet, now, if it were mine, I would literally put a roto pack with gas on it and I would run that thing bone dry to see exactly how far I could go on a tank of gas, and that would ease my mind a little bit. But basically at 100 miles, I'm looking for a gas station. So the gas mileage, that 30 to 32, I even hit a 33 at one point, you know, but by and large, that's about where it is. That 30 to 32 is where it really was. On the interstate, I don't think I was doing that well. Heat, engine heat, that sort of thing, just absolutely non-existent. I did not feel any heat off of that engine. I've heard a lot of people say the Riker's hot. I just don't find it to be hot. Now, maybe yours is different than the one that I'm riding, but compared to the Spyder and compared to my Triumph, the Riker just doesn't put off any real engine heat in my experience. So the heat, as far as the motorcycle is concerned, was never an issue. And number 5, vibration. A lot of people were saying, you know, vibration can be an issue. They listen to it, they say it sounds like it's revving up real high. You know, it may rev up real high, but I'm gonna tell you, there were no bad vibes going on. I felt quite comfortable. Hands were never numb, feet were never numb, body was never numb. It was fine. So I would say vibration is not an issue. All right, so what was an issue? The biggest issue honestly is wind, and that could be mitigated if you simply put a windshield on this motorcycle. I rode without a windshield, obviously, and the buffeting of the wind and the noise from the wind can be it can be pretty alarming if you're putting in big miles. I had a nice set of earplugs. Yes, I said had. Now you saw the video. I'm gonna tell you this was amazing. I'm going down the interstate and these things, I'm feeling for them and I can't find them. And I stop and they had literally, the wind had blown them. They had wrapped around my arm as opposed to blowing off on the interstate. Now how that happened, I don't know, but thank you, Lord. I appreciate it because I needed those earplugs. I was just amazed to find them and still have them because I really thought they were gone. So would I recommend the Ryker as a touring specific motorcycle? I'm not gonna say that I would not recommend it because if you're touring one up, it is quite capable. You have plenty of storage with the link system. It's plenty comfortable, and if you had a windshield, it would be pretty amazing. The cruise control worked perfectly on it. I had no problem with it. It was an easy day, and it was 432 miles. I was expecting it to be a lot more difficult than that, due to the fact that the windshield wasn't there. But the space that I could put gear in that back bag, and if I set up a way to carry my jump pack and a way to carry my toolkit, and that would be easily enough resolved, I think that the Ryker is quite capable of touring. Is it a touring machine like the Spyder RT or the Spyder F3? No, it is not. It is not designed to be. There is no comparison. The plush, luxurious ride of the Spyder RT is second to none. There's nothing, as far as I'm concerned, out there that even remotely compares to the Spyder RT. I love riding it. The windshield completely protects you. The engine is silky smooth, plenty of room for me, and it has all of the niceties and accoutrements that someone with refined sensibilities can appreciate. All right, but all of that said, the Ryker Rally knocked me out today. I was super, super impressed with its performance. Another surprise for Coach Bob. So 2 thumbs up for the Ryker Rally on a tour. It did the job and it did it well. Well, there you have it, another one in the books. I'm gonna finish editing this so that I can get some sleep because I have to ride back to Tallahassee tomorrow. So yes you, do me a favor until next time, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.